Airlines are legally required to pay you up to $700 in cash compensation if your flight is delayed by just 3 hours. But 92% of eligible passengers never claim this money. Why? Because airlines deliberately hide this information, hoping you'll settle for a $10 food voucher instead. This isn't a travel hack. This is your legal right, and I'm going to show you exactly how to claim it, no matter what excuse the airline gives you. But that's just the beginning, because today, I'm not just revealing this one loophole. I'm exposing 12 of the most powerful airport secrets that airlines are desperate to keep from you. If you think getting hundreds of dollars back for free is a good deal, wait until you hear secret number 8. It's a loophole so powerful that some high-status travelers have been using it for years to fly in business class for economy prices. Before we continue, if you love learning powerful travel secrets that the industry doesn't want you to know, hit that subscribe button right now. I publish new insider revelations every week, and trust me, after working behind the scenes for over a decade, I have plenty more to share. Now let's dive in. Secret number 1. The EU Regulation 261 Cash Compensation Loophole. When your flight is delayed by more than 3 hours, canceled, or you're denied boarding due to overbooking, you're entitled to compensation of up to $700 under EU Regulation 261. This applies to all flights departing from EU airports, and all flights arriving in the EU on EU-based carriers. Here's what the airlines won't tell you. This compensation is in addition to any refund, rebooking, food, or accommodation they provide. It's cash in your pocket, not vouchers or miles. When your flight is delayed, don't accept the food voucher and walk away. Instead, approach the desk agent and say these exact words. I understand that under EU Regulation 261, I'm entitled to cash compensation for this delay. I'd like to file my claim now. If they try to brush you off by claiming extraordinary circumstances like weather, ask them to provide written documentation of these circumstances. In most cases, they can't, and they're required to pay you. Even if you're flying outside the EU, similar regulations exist worldwide. In the US, the Department of Transportation requires compensation for being bumped from an oversold flight, up to 400% of your one-way fare, with a maximum of $1,550. One traveler I know used this technique after a 6-hour delay in Paris and walked away with €600 in compensation, plus a business class upgrade on his rebooked flight. The airline hoped he wouldn't know his rights, but now you do. Secret number 2. The hidden airport security fast track that exists at almost every major airport. You know those painfully long security lines that seem to move at a glacial pace? There's actually a way to bypass them entirely, even without TSA pre-check or any elite status. Many airports have a family lane or special assistance lane that isn't just for families or those needing assistance. These lanes are often completely empty and moving much faster than the regular lines. Simply approach the security staff and politely ask if you can use the family lane. In most cases, they'll let you through without question. Even if you're traveling alone, most security officers won't stop you if you're polite and confident. This works especially well during peak travel times when the main security lines are overflowing. I've personally saved over an hour at Heathrow using this technique. Secret number 3. How to access airport lounges without paying a dime. Even when flying economy. Forget paying $50 for a day pass or $500 for an annual membership. There's a completely legal way to access premium lounges worldwide without spending anything extra. Many credit cards offer lounge access as a perk, but here's what most people don't know. Some banks offer free Priority Pass memberships with their no annual fee credit cards, especially for new customers during promotional periods. Additionally, if your flight is delayed by more than 2 hours, many airlines are obligated to provide lounge access upon request, even for economy passengers. Simply approach the customer service desk and say, "My flight has been delayed by over 2 hours. I believe I'm entitled to lounge access while I wait. Could you arrange that, please?" Another insider technique. Many lounges offer a free 2-hour trial if you simply ask for it. Approach the lounge reception desk and say, "I'm considering purchasing a membership. Would it be possible to have a tour or trial access to experience the facilities?" More often than not, they'll let you in. Secret number 4. The hidden role that forces airlines to rebook you on a competitor's flight. When your flight is canceled, most passengers accept the next available flight on the same airline, which could mean waiting hours or even days. What airlines won't tell you is that many are bound by a little-known agreement called the Roll 240, or its modern equivalents. If your flight is significantly delayed or canceled for reasons within the airline's control, they can be required to book you on the next available flight, even if it's on a competing airline. This rule originated in the regulated airline era but still exists in many airlines' contracts of carriage. Here's exactly what to say. I understand that under your contract of carriage, you're obligated to rebook me on the next available flight, including those on other airlines. I found an available seat on the 2 p.m. flight with your competitor. Please rebook me on that flight at no additional cost. This works best when you've already identified an alternative flight before approaching the agent. Airlines hate using this role because it costs them money, so they'll rarely offer it voluntarily. Secret number 5. How to get free food at almost any airport restaurant. Most travelers don't realize that if your flight is delayed by more than 2 hours, you're often entitled to meal vouchers. But here's the trick the airlines don't want you to know. These vouchers are frequently negotiable. Standard vouchers might only be worth $10 to $15, but if you politely explain that this isn't enough for a proper meal at airport prices, many agents will provide multiple vouchers or higher value ones. Even better, if you've downloaded your airline's app, check the customer service section during delays. Many airlines now offer digital meal vouchers that you can claim without standing in line, and most passengers never check for them. Secret number 6. The gate agent's hidden power to upgrade you. Gate agents have more power to upgrade passengers than most people realize. While they can't give free upgrades to everyone, they do have discretion in certain situations. Here's the insider technique. Arrive at the gate early, when the agent isn't busy. Dress well, be extremely polite, and use this specific phrase. I understand the flight might be full today. If you need to move people around for weight distribution or balance, I'd be happy to volunteer for a seat change if it helps. This subtle approach acknowledges the agent's challenges without directly asking for an upgrade. Airlines often need to redistribute weight on aircraft, and moving passengers to premium cabins is one way they do this. This technique works roughly 1 in 5 times when flights are full, but almost never if you're rude or demanding. Remember, gate agents remember both the best and worst passengers they encounter. Secret number 7. The self-transfer technique that can save you hundreds on international flights. Airlines charge a premium for convenient connections, but savvy travelers use a technique called self-transferring to save substantial money. Instead of booking a single ticket from, say, New York to Bangkok, book 2 separate tickets. One from New York to a major hub like Dubai or Istanbul, and another from that hub to Bangkok. This can often save you 30 to 40% compared to a single ticket. The key is to leave plenty of time between flights. I recommend at least 4 hours, and to keep your luggage carry-on only if possible. If you must check bags, choose a self-transfer hub where you can easily claim and recheck luggage, like Istanbul, Dubai, or Madrid. Just be aware that if your first flight is delayed, the second airline has no obligation to rebook you, so always build in buffer time. I recently saved $900 on a business class ticket to Asia using this exact method. Secret number 8. How to fly business class for economy prices using fare class arbitrage. This is the secret that frequent flyers and travel agents have been using for years but rarely share. Airlines often price business class tickets dramatically differently depending on the departure country, even for the exact same routes. For example, a business class ticket from New York to Paris might cost $4,000, but the same business class seat from Paris to New York might only cost $2,200. This is called fare class arbitrage. To take advantage of this, search for business class tickets originating from countries with lower average incomes, or where there's less business travel demand. Places like Colombia, Thailand, India, and Egypt often have business class fares at 50 to 60% of the price you'd pay if you started your journey in the US or UK. The technique works best for round-trip tickets where you can position yourself to start from these locations. Yes, you'll need to get to that starting point, but even with that positioning flight, you'll often save thousands. Secret number 9. The hidden city ticketing loophole that airlines absolutely hate. Sometimes, A flight with a connection is cheaper than a direct flight to your destination. For example, a flight from New York to Chicago might cost $400, but a flight from New York to Minneapolis with a connection in Chicago might only cost $250. Hidden city ticketing means booking the cheaper connecting flight, but simply walking out of the airport at your connection city instead of taking the final leg. There are important caveats. You can only do this with one-way tickets, you can't check baggage, and some airlines may penalize you if you do this repeatedly. But for occasional travelers, this can save substantial money. Search tools like Skiplagged are designed specifically to find these opportunities, though airlines have tried repeatedly to shut them down. Proof of how much money this technique costs them. Secret number 10. How to get free Wi-Fi at any airport, even when it's normally paid. Airport Wi-Fi is notoriously expensive, with some airports charging up to $15 for a day pass. But there's almost always a way around these fees. First, many international airline lounges have Wi-Fi passwords that change monthly rather than daily. These passwords are often shared online in travel forums. A simple search for Lufthansa Lounge Wi-Fi password JFK can often yield results. Another technique. Most airports offer 15 to 30 minutes of free Wi-Fi. When your time expires, change your device's MAC address. There are simple apps for this, and reconnect for another free session. Finally, many airports offer unlimited free Wi-Fi if you watch a promotional video or take a survey. Use an ad blocker to skip the video, or fill the survey with random information. The systems rarely verify what you enter. Secret number 11. The unclaimed baggage compensation loophole. When airlines lose your luggage, they're required to compensate you not just for the bag itself, but for its contents. What most passengers don't know is that this compensation can be substantial, up to $3,500 for domestic U.S. flights, and approximately $1,600 for international flights under the Montreal Convention. Airlines count on passengers not knowing the full extent of their rights or not having receipts for their belongings. But here's the secret. You don't always need original receipts. If your bag is lost, immediately file a claim and submit a detailed list of everything inside. For expensive items, credit card statements showing the purchase, photos of you with the items, or even similar items' current retail prices online can serve as proof of value. Ask specifically for the airline's liability limit under the relevant regulation, and make it clear you expect compensation up to that limit. Many airlines will initially offer vouchers. Always insist on cash compensation instead. Secret number 12. The ultimate airport secret. How to find and access the invitation-only premium areas. Beyond the first and business class lounges are ultra-exclusive areas most travelers don't even know exist. These invitation-only spaces, like Lufthansa's first-class terminal in Frankfurt or Qantas Chairman's Lounge, are typically reserved for VIPs and celebrities. While you can't simply walk in, there are legitimate ways to gain access. First, during extremely long delays or service disruptions, politely ask to speak with the duty manager and request access to any available premium waiting areas. In exceptional circumstances, they may accommodate you. Second, some credit cards like the American Express Centurion Black card include access to otherwise invitation-only spaces. While these cards have strict qualification requirements, their airport benefits are unparalleled. Finally, genuine kindness can open doors. Airport staff deal with demanding passengers all day. Being exceptionally pleasant, expressing genuine interest in their day, and showing appreciation for their work won't guarantee access to premium areas. But I've seen it work miracles when combined with a polite request. One traveler I know was invited into Cathay Pacific's ultra-exclusive wing first-class lounge simply because she had helped an elderly passenger and the lounge manager noticed. Now, for the most shocking revelation of all, airports are increasingly using sophisticated passenger profiling systems that assign you a value score long before you even reach the check-in counter. These AI systems analyze everything from your booking history and frequent flyer status to your social media profiles and spending patterns. This score determines how you'll be treated throughout your journey, from check-in to boarding. High-value passengers are flagged for special treatment, while those deemed less valuable may find themselves consistently assigned middle seats or selected for additional security screening. To improve your score, book directly through the airline instead of third-party sites, Join and actively use the frequent flyer program, even if you don't fly often, and engage positively with the airline on social media. These simple actions can dramatically change how you're treated at the airport. I hope these 12 secrets have shown you just how much power you actually have as a traveler. The system is designed to make you feel helpless, but armed with this knowledge, you can navigate airports like an insider, save money, and travel with confidence. If this information was valuable to you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more insider travel knowledge. In my next video, I'll reveal how airlines manipulate ticket prices and the exact days and times to book for maximum savings. Let me know in the comments which of these secrets surprised you the most, or if you've successfully used any of them in your travels. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.